Hey guys, Sometimes Crazy here, back with another Krunker YouTube video. So just before I get started with this YouTube video, I know you've read the title, you know what it's going to be about, so I'm just going to say this. You might notice that the songs playing in the background are new. I mentioned this in my Discord. I'm going to be using a compilations of songs from a band that I've been listening to for a few months now called Scooped Up. Let me know what you guys think of them, like if you think it suits or it doesn't, because I really like their music, but obviously it's up to you guys. If you don't enjoy it, then I'm not going to use it as my background music. As always, like with Victory Kid, the links to any of the music I use will be in the description below. If I end up using multiple tracks, I will probably just link to their YouTube video, their YouTube channel. But if I only use one or two, I'll link specifically to their respective tracks. Also, I did have a request from a viewer to show my face, and I realised that although some of you have already seen it, and that I don't really consider it a secret like some YouTubers do. I did stand in front of my camera for my VHS videos, and again, I don't really think of it as a secret, but people haven't seen it because obviously my VHS videos were for quite a niche audience. So at the end of this video, for the outro, I'll be shooting it with my camera, so stay tuned for that. And the final point before I start my list, you may notice none of the hacker surges are on this list. Hacker surges never came across my mind because every time a hacker surge has started, I've just played custom games, and to be honest, I kind of like hacker surges if they're short. Like, that sounds really weird to say, and obviously I don't like it in terms of it adds strain and stress to any of the developers and things like that. But I like it because I have to default to playing customs, and at first I'll play it and be like, oh, this is a bit boring, but then I'll start to really enjoy them because I always forget how much I enjoy playing custom games, and it sort of forces me to play them. But anyway, let's start off the video with an event which I bounced back from pretty quickly. For this video, I'm going to be going from events that had like the least amount of effect on me, and ending with a few events where I actually took a step back from the game and really considered leaving for good. Okay, so number 6, so the least effective on this list, is the introduction of slide hopping. So not many of you know this, but I really hated slide hopping when it was first introduced. And I began to think that if slide hopping became the meta, I might quit. So some backstory on this: I've been playing Krunker for nearly 2 years now. I joined back in early December 2018. Back then, the fastest movement was bunny hopping, or bee hopping, as shown here in one of my earliest YouTube videos. When this movement was introduced, it trumped bee hopping in terms of speed, and I was understandably annoyed, because this was a new thing, and it just seemed so overpowered. But after a few days of using it, it became apparent how much easier slide hopping was compared to bee hopping. Like, I've tried bee hopping recently, and I can hardly go half the map without losing my rhythm. Whereas before slide hopping, I could bee hop for the entire 4 minutes and never, skip a beat. So the number 5th spot is the disbanding of the clan called Fuse. A lot of you probably know what Fuse was, but for those of you who don't, they were a massive comp clan back in the day. I was in Fuse for a couple of months before it disbanded, and honestly, it was a huge honor to be in that clan. Like, nobody can get into Fuse now; it's like a historical thing, and I was there in it. So unlike now, where almost every clan is a so-called comp clan, they aren't that special. It was a big thing to be in Fuse back in the day, because not many clans were considered to be competitive clans. But when it was disbanded, after a couple of months of me joining it, I felt really lost. And honestly, it was so sudden, to me at least, and it was like I was suddenly dumped back into the mosh pit of Krunker with no contacts. I just didn't know what to do with myself. But luckily, Cato818, Ronix, and 47s, I believe they're the 3, correct me if I'm wrong, set up a clan called Oxic, which I joined the second day after its inception. And it's the clan I remain in to this day. I've remained very loyal to Oxic because they sort of they sort of hit me up even though I wasn't even really up to scratch. People ask me, what are the requirements to join Oxic? And I just think back to when I joined Oxic, and my requirements was just, I played one match with Kato, and he thought, he seems pretty cool, he can be in the clan, whereas it's well different now. At Space 4, we have the addition of unobtainables to the spin wheel. And it's a rarity type that I'm still not 100% backing at this point. But back when they were first added to game, I really did take a step back and consider leaving of Krunker. So, I mean, let me just backtrack a bit. When unobtainables were first added, it was fine. It was actually unobtainable. Only gotten from staff, and I assumed, along with most players, that they would remain giveaway prizes, competition rewards, etc. However, when the unobtainables were made, well, obtainable, I was rather upset. Not only did it seem wrong that they were now obtainable, it honestly felt like a cash grab from Krunker. Although that feeling did quickly fade as the rarity of these items became apparent after tweaks to their winning percentages were changed, and it became clear that they were meant to be super rare and not designed as a cash grab like previously stated. So I really was thinking, like, if this is just a cash grab, is it going to devolve into like a pay to win sort of thing? And you know, I really was looking at it as a whole and going, this doesn't seem very ethical and I don't really like it. But then, as I said, it became clear that this isn't meant to be a give us all your money, you can win one if you just give us loads of money. Like, honestly, if you paid for like two of the $100 KR, you'd probably be able to get one. Like, it wasn't that. It was meant to be quite an exclusive item set. So obviously we're now into the top 3, and I'm going to start off with an event which a lot of you are probably familiar with if you've watched my channel for a while, and that's the model revamps. You see, when model revamps started to happen, no one knew the new weapon models were going to be a lot bigger than the old ones, making old model mods defunct as they were so small you couldn't see them. This couldn't have come at a worse time though, as it happened slap bang in the middle of me and Koala developing our biggest mod pack ever at the time. This was an unnamed mod pack. It was released on my YouTube channel, but we never actually had a name for it. But we would, it was the first mod pack, and we were the first players to release a fully textured weapon pack in which every single weapon had a new model. Like, we were the first people to release one of them, like a completely full model pack. So obviously, this happened right in the middle of us developing that said mod pack, and so it really did honestly feel like a kick in the teeth, but obviously it wasn't. We went on to realise that the new models were just a lot larger, and so we just had to resize the old ones. This was actually a short-lived victory, however, as new updates made mods load custom models for only the equipped class. For example, if I had a custom sniper and a custom SMG, if I was the SMG class, the model would load for the SMG, but for the sniper, when I swapped to it, only the texture would load onto the default sniper model. There was like a good month of perseverance trying to get the mod working. However, at the end of this like slow going process, I was really ready just to give up on Krunker. And after a few days of playing different games, trying to find a game I enjoyed as much as Krunker, an update was released to fix the mods. If that update had come any later, I honestly don't think I'd still be playing Krunker. So the second place event goes to the time my account was compromised. Most of you know about this. In fact, there is a video I have on my channel talking about it, but for those of you who don't know, here is a little bit of backstory. So after the market was introduced, my account was suddenly blessed with 6,000 KR. You couldn't see messages with your KR at the time, but my inbox showed I had received 6,000 from an unknown account. I assumed this was a fan, and I sent the KR back. I was really just happy that someone had thought of me. So when I sent it back, I realised that my KR was a lot less than it should be. I'd only sent the 6k I'd received, but I had a lot less than when I logged off before. So I checked my inbox and my outbox and saw I had loads of unauthorised transactions of KR, and then I was suddenly just kicked out of my account. So when I joined back, some of my items were gone. Some were on the market, and overall it was a mess. Like, my items were gone, KR was going into my account, KR was coming out of my account, some of them were still on the market and I took them down, but then after I took them down I was kicked back out again, and the items were back up on the market. Look, here's a clip that I recorded as the attack was being performed. Sorry for the microphone quality, it wasn't exactly my priority at the time. So what else has just been sold? My Rainbow Sniper, which is just there on Marketplace. Hopefully this can be evidence that there was. I logged out, I logged back in. I don't want this KR, you can take the fucking KR, I don't care. I want to know where it's going, and I want my stuff back. If you want a full description of what and how, of what happened and how it happened, I'll link my video where I cover all of this in the description. At this time it was around 300,000 KR worth of items. I don't know how much they are on the market now. However, none of this was ever reinstated. I saw none of the items back, even though I know who had them. I talked directly with the person who stole them, with the hacker, and I had logs of who the items were sold to. And finally, the number one reason I almost quit Krunker is rather menial. So don't click off this video when you hear it. Let me first explain the situation, and then maybe you'll understand it. So, it's back to the second day of me playing Krunker, the 12th of December, and I was shot and killed by someone using a skin that I instantly loved and knew I had to own. And this was a sniper skin called Camus. It was an epic rarity sniper skin from Season 1, but don't bother trying to go and find it. All you'll find is a subpar, in my opinion, skin called Super Sport. So my story, again, starts 12th of December, and after that I spent months unboxing elite spins, they're the ones that cost 100 KR, in the hopes of unboxing this skin, which I loved, as this was well before trading and the market was released, and the chance for an epic was decidedly higher in the elite spins than in the heroic spins. So I had friends who had 10 or 15 of this skin, yet I wanted it so desperately and sat there with 0 of them. I missed out on countless relics probably, as I didn't use heroic spins. And then finally it happened. Market was released. That's right, I unboxed no Camus skins in between starting to play and the market being released. However, my excitement was short-lived. 1 week after I purchased the skin, it was removed, which I know was due to it being copyrighted material now, but back then I didn't know that, and I was absolutely devastated. I'd spent, right, from the 12th of December 2018 to the 27th of July 2019, a total of 7 months and 15 days, or 227 days trying to get this item, only for it to be what it felt like stolen away almost immediately. Now you can see why I was devastated. I started out as a meme, oh, sometimes crazy, can't get the skin he likes. But after a couple of months it wasn't funny, and after 4 months it was absolutely defying all odds that I didn't have the Cayman sniper rifle. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing about all the times that I really didn't like Krunker and almost quit. Yeah, I mean, again, the last one seems menial, but you gotta remember that the position I was in, it was 7 months of trying to get, like, I don't know how to explain it. It was 7 months of trying to get a skin that I loved so much. And unlike a unobtainable skin, it wasn't something that people all over aspired to try and save up and get. It was a skin that, again, I had friends that had 10 or 15 of these because they were actually quite a common skin. But I wanted it and spent 7 months and 15 days trying to get one. As I said, I'm not going to do my outro now. Just about to switch to my 2002 camcorder and record my intro. Sync. Hey guys, I guess this is me. You're getting the whole 2002 experience. So if I look over here-ish, because that's where my computer screen is, which is where I'm seeing the output from this camera. Yeah, I guess I'm just doing this because some of you haven't seen my face. Again, it's not a secret. I never claimed it to be a secret. I just never really, you know, it's not like I'm vlogging or anything. There's no reason for me really to be showing my face. And so, to be honest, it was just to save me time not putting in a face cam or whatever. Yeah, you guys, I had someone also actually ask me what my setup is. So, I guess I'll show you. You guys were currently sat on top of my old television that I used to play VHS tapes. And there's my computer with its infinite feedback loop. Whoa, trippy. There's my VHS player, and then a couple of controllers, including the Patrick the Star PS2 controller, which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen this before, he is pretty thick. Yeah, then I guess there's my computer. There's not really anything else to say, so I'll just put you guys back up here. Ugh. Yeah, had to lower my chair a bit actually for this, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.